welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a hot minute, and I'm not gonna lie, I was 1, too lazy to edit the videos, 2, didn't have the software that I wanted to use to edit the videos, and 3, I wasn't really inspired, to be completely honest. I'm seeing all these beautiful looks on Instagram and Pinterest and TikTok even, and it made me almost mad because I was like, why am I not coming up with anything? So I didn't even come up with this look. This is something that I've been seeing circulating on all makeup artist pages that I'm following, what they're doing on models, what a soft, empty space cut crease, and really natural lashes. I did a bold lip because I needed some color. I need something to make me feel brighter because, I mean, I'm stuck inside. Well, not stuck. It's personal choice because I don't trust everyone else. It would be a good time to like try this out, practice your eyeliner. That's one thing that I wanted to do. I am a makeup artist, I'm certified, but it doesn't mean that I'm great at eyeliner. I still suck at it some days. And today it worked out pretty good in my favor, not gonna lie, but I also was trying not to hold my breath and breathing through it, and it really helped actually, so. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so I've already prepped my skin using this Roche Posay Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is their Hylau Serum B5, and it has vitamin B, hyaluronic acid, and something else that I can't pronounce, but it makes my skin feel really hydrated, and hyaluronic acid's awesome because it like pulls in moisture throughout the day. I went in with this Super Aqua Ultra Waterful Cream from Missa. I saw some reviews on this on a YouTube video that I was watching, and I wanted to check it out for myself, so I was gonna order it off Amazon, and then I found it at Walmart. It makes my skin feel really tacky, it's super thick, and yeah, it has kind of this smell. This is gonna be really weird, but it almost smells like Tide in a sense, like clean laundry. The fragrance probably isn't the best, but we're gonna go with it. It's the Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation with like 1 pump, and then I'm gonna use my MAC 159. It's kind of left on my brush. I'm just gonna take across my eyelids. Just lightly, it helps like cancel out my little veins that I have going on. I've also had this brush for probably at least 6 years, but probably maybe even closer to 10. My sisters actually had this first but didn't like it and gave it to me. I love it for foundation, but it leaves little hairs on my face still to this day, and that's okay. You can just pick them off. So I'm going to take some of the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is ginger. I usually use custard, but I am a little bit more tan, so this is going to do. And I want to keep it really light, so first I'm going to go in with like a fluffy brush. So this is similar to like a MAC 217. I like ginger because it has a little bit of like a pinky tone to it, so it's really going to help cancel out my blue tones in my under eyes. I feel like that's a trick that we all know now. But just to clarify, like tone doesn't usually mean like go a shade darker. A lot of brands have different concealers in similar shade ranges, but the undertones are slightly different. I find like the Nars ones are awesome for that. They have a huge range. It's gonna take a little bit more around my nose. And I'm gonna mix a little bit of the concealer and the foundation, and then just go right over this whole spot that I've going on. I'm gonna dab directly on it and then kind of feather out the edges. And then just take my beauty blender and I'm gonna dab over everything just to get rid of any lines or any excess product that I may have. Alright, so next I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Light. And I'm using the same brush I used for my foundation. Just kind of dab it. Until there's less on the brush. Take up my forehead and I'll start blending. I don't know if I've said it before, but I really like the little dimples in like the ends of the nose here, so I'll just take it a little bit and go sideways. I don't have a big nose, but I find it's like, it's larger at the bottom, as most noses are, but it really helps just kind of give it more definition. It just enhances the shapes that are already there and gives it a little bit of a contour, but like nothing crazy. Go in and set my under eye actually. So I'm using the Hourglass Veil powder and a fluffy brush. This is a trick, I don't know. I've been testing it for a while and it seems to be helping because I always, whenever I wear my mascara, it doesn't really matter what brand it is, unless it's waterproof, then it usually stays, but I'll get kind of like oily down here in this little, in the corner of my eye on the outside, and it'll create like a little bit of like a sweaty puddle of mascara. So I take a bit more translucent powder and I'll just kind of pack it right on that outer corner and even into the lashes a bit. It's been helping me, so we'll see. For blush, I'm using Harmony by MAC. This is definitely a deeper blush than usual, but I really like the tone that it gives, and it's kind of, it gives you more of like a sun-kissed heat blush rather than rosy pink or whatever you're going for. And I really like that. So I'm just gonna smile. And I like to take blush on my nose a bit and on my chin. I find it just helps even out like the tone. I feel like whenever my cheeks are pink, my nose is pink anyways, so I'm just gonna try to keep it like more natural tones throughout. For highlight, I'm gonna be using the Glam Glow highlighter palette. And I never usually use white highlights, and I usually go for like these champagne-y colors. As you can see, I've barely touched this one, but I've used it for like the past couple days, and it's like, it gives me like a really natural glow on the skin, because think about it, if you're going to be just wearing like a dewy, really thick cream on your skin, the highlight off of it's kind of like a white or like a silver, just normal light cast. It's not champagne, it's not bronzy, it's not gold. And today, same brush that I use as for my blush. I feel like that also helps like blend things together because it'll have a little bit of the leftover product on there, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I always tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna go in this C on the outside of my eye. And then a little bit more, and I do it in this little dip on my nose here. A little bit on the end. I never usually bake, but why not? We're in quarantine. Try out new things. I'm just gonna leave this on for a couple of seconds, not too long. All right, and I'm just gonna take off the bake with the same brush. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to eyes now, and I'm gonna be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette for eyes. It's all matte, which is not normal for me. I usually like some shimmers on my eyes, but there's some really beautiful neutral tones in here. Obviously, it's a natural shade palette. So I'm just gonna start by taking a shader brush, and I'm gonna mix a little bit of this and a peachy tone just to get closer to my color right now, and I'm gonna go all over my lid space. Next, I'm going to be using this pencil brush. It's Makeup Forever 216 brush, and I'm just going to tap into the most neutral brown shade that there is in the palette. I'm gonna tilt my head forward a bit just to get this right in that socket. And I'm gonna pull it out and up slightly. I use the MAC 2218 brush. It's kind of off a bit, but it's a really tiny blending brush. Same color, just right in that socket. And I'm concentrating this on, like, I am bringing it all the way in slightly just to keep the blend a little bit, but I really want to focus this on the outer part. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush with nothing on it just to really blend it. I'm going to keep going back and forth between these brushes until I have, like, the depth that I'm happy with. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the depth of the color here, so I'm just gonna go back in with that first shade, the same brush. And this is how we're gonna create, like, the soft cut crease look. You're gonna wanna pack it up on this brush, tap off the excess. And just get it right under where your eye would start to, like, fold when you were looking straight open. And I'm gonna bring it out to help create that little flick. All right, I'm gonna go do the other side. So the way it's a soft cut crease is we have, like, that kind of blank space in between the crease and the lid space, the moving lid. And that's gonna be where I'm gonna create an eyeliner. So I'm gonna be using the Mellow Cosmetics Gel Eyeliner in black. And the brush that I like to use on people, but I haven't really attempted it on myself yet, is actually a paintbrush from Michaels. The brand is Simply Simmons Round Dome #1 brush. So I don't even know if this is focusing, but it's very small, it's pointed. The reason I like this brush is because it still has a bit of strength to it. The bristles, like, they're not super flimsy, and they're not super hard. Because if they're too hard, then it kind of feels like you're dragging a toothpick along the eye and it's not comfortable. All right, so I like to just, like, roll the brush in the eyeliner first, kind of coat it on all ends, keep, like, rotating it. And then once I'm happy with the coating on it, I'll lightly flick it up and create the point that I want. So I'm gonna be starting in the inner part of my eye. I like to kind of turn away from the side that I'm doing and the inside just to kind of stretch the inner part of the lid. All the way across the lid. I'm going to keep it very thin for now. So, as you can see, it's not perfectly straight. It's a bit bumpy. The eyeliner brush can sometimes catch on little hairs, little eyelashes. So, to help with that, I take a little angled brush. It's not super flat, so what I'll do is spray it with a setting spray. Here's, I'm just gonna mist it. And then I'll just pinch it. This kind of helps keep the little loose hairs all locked together. But so it's not soaking, but it's damp. So it helps create a little bit of a point. So in that Shade and Light palette, there's a matte black shade. So I'm gonna go back in and smooth out any of the lines that I left behind or the little kind of fuzzy edges. So it smooths it out, makes it look a little bit more crisp, which is awesome, that's what we want. I'm just gonna go in and do the other side quickly. Other side is done, and I'm gonna go in and create a little wing now. So I like to kind of have I do one side then the other and kind of keep matching them as I go. It just kind of helps me keep sane, especially when I'm doing eyeliner. So I'm gonna go with the same brush, same gel eyeliner. I'm gonna get it really coated this time, like good coat, because that'll help it glide smoother. I'm gonna follow the shape that I have already created with the eyeshadow, and I'm gonna create the eyeliner that way rather than having that like really straight harsh line, which is also awesome, but it's not what I'm going for. So it's pretty good. So next I'm gonna put some mascara on and some lashes, and I'll be back. All right, I have some lashes on, put some mascara. So what I used was these Ardell Natural Eye Lifting Effect. They're in number 110. They are super, super natural, as you can see. So what I like to do when applying lashes on myself and people, I like to curl the lash. Well, I'll measure it on the eye first and then I'll curl the lash. So I'll just kind of place it in here, squeeze it down a couple times just to give it a bit of a lift, because sometimes lashes are very straight and then curve it at the end, and that's not what we want. We want that whole uplifted kind of whoosh effect. And then I use the Eye Envy eyelash adhesive. It is so good. It is so, so good. It has this beautiful little brush, so even if you do apply lashes and someone's like, oh, it's like not applying here, or you find it's popping off, bring this with you. It's really easy just to get in there and pop it back on. And then I'll always go in and I coat a bit of mascara on my lashes, especially these ones since they were more natural. I like to kind of clump it up slightly just to give a little bit more definition to the lashes themselves if they're not really showing that well. But yeah, so there's that. I'm just gonna go in and we're gonna finish the lower lash line very quickly. I'm gonna take, if I can find the brush, that angled brush that has a little bit of black on it. I kind of have wiped it off slightly, and I'm gonna go in with just a deep brown. Probably we're gonna go this one here, and I'm just gonna wiggle it right along the lower lashes. And I'm going to take that tiny MAC blending brush and a little bit of this peachy tone here. Give it a bit of a blend. Next I'm going to take the MAC Technical Eyeliner in Risk, or Risque, I don't know how they pronounce it. I'm going to put this in my waterline. Oh. What I find this does, it just kind of cleans it up down there. It makes it look more crisp, and that's kind of what I want to go with this whole look, is very crisp, placed with a purpose behind it. It's there for a reason. So I'm just going to kind of do a couple layers of this and then put some lower lash mascara on. Alright, you're probably thinking I forgot brows, but I didn't. I just don't fill them in nowadays. Some of you might know, but I have had them laminated and I love it, but also you can't go wrong with good old soap brows. Just spray a little bit in there, swirl it around, give it a few brushes up, and that's all I did with them today. So I'm going back and forth. I don't know if I want to do a red lip or a nude, because I don't ever do nude, but red would make me feel very good right now. We're gonna do some red. We're gonna go for red. So I'm gonna go into this MAC lip palette. They're called their Editorial Reds. The color, I really want bright. I think I'm gonna mix this top one with a little bit of this one. That is Lady Danger and MAC Red. So I'm just gonna take my little spatula and mix up that color. All right, it's the color we're working with. I think I'm gonna be very happy with it. Some lip chap on. This is cocoa butter formula with vitamin E swivel stick. It's a moisture stick, so you can use it on anywhere on your face, but I like it as a lip chap. I don't know if this is gonna be a flashback for anybody, but it smells like that marshmallow body spray that everybody wore in middle school from Walmart. Just a concealer brush, but it works with more area of the lip. We're just gonna go in. I like to overline my bottom lip a bit because my lips are basically like the same size, the top and the bottom. So how I like to go about that is I'll kind of do this face and push my chin forward, I guess, like, and bite my lips down. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's just weird, it's gonna look like I'm picking my nose, but this is the last step every day that I do my makeup, so I thought I'd share with you. Twist my nose ring and kind of give it a wipe. Now we're done. Alright, and we're done. This is our finished look. This was really fun for me. I haven't done my makeup like nicely in a while. Really needed it, and it made me feel better. So I don't know, if you guys are struggling at home, have nothing to do, just do your makeup and I don't know, take some selfies, feel good, do whatever you want. I'm probably gonna be doing that later. And yeah, just thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment, message me on Instagram, anything. And I think that's it. So, bye!